Alright guys, so I'm in the middle of doing a 3.6 ticker. I also have a P0340 code, cam sensor or cam related code. And my problem is the bank 1 exhaust camshaft. Okay, that is what's giving me problems setting that code. Now, I've talked before on how you can find out if cam phaser is your problem. So I finally got this cam out, as y'all can see. I want to show y'all something. I'm gonna grab this and grab this. You know you shouldn't be able to turn this, right? So look at this. Now see that? I'm holding the camshaft and turning the phaser with my hand. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a real bad cam phaser. Okay, now you can survive with this using this camshaft. It's just a phaser, guys. It will advance or either retard your timing. It can throw all kinds of torque related codes, ABS light, traction control light on. In fact, let me get this off. I don't really care about it, so I'm gonna use an impact to take this off. Let's get this off. I'm going to replace it anyway. I have new cam phasers up here. I typically wouldn't use the impact on these. I mean, this is important, guys. Make sure it's not restricted. Make sure this will push in. It's oil control valve that pulls double duty. There's a torque specs to tightening this on. Okay, this is the phaser. Yeah, I thought maybe the spring would be off, but yeah, this is coming apart. Inside, can't really hear nothing. But yeah, guys, these will drive you crazy. So while I'm on this topic, I'm gonna discuss this. Guys, I've said it before, I'm gonna say it again. Y'all probably tired of hearing me say it, but if you're already in your valve train to do anything valve train related, especially to this 3.6 Pentastar engine, and you have, I don't know, roughly 80 and up 1,000 miles, I highly recommend you replace these, guys. These are gonna give you a hard time in the long run. Now I have okay, this is an intake, and I have a brand new exhaust right here I'm going to install on here. But yes, you should not be able to turn that cam phaser with it being bolted to the camshaft. Imagine if your engine running and the camshaft, exhaust camshafts, are supposed to be at a different position than what it's actually in. Do you know what kind of timing you could affect? This actually, well, the timing chain right on this, right? So if this is not doing what it's supposed to be, holding steady like it's supposed to be, you will have retard timing or either advance. It's hard to predict which one, but it doesn't matter. The ending results will be poor drivability. All right. So keep in mind, guys. Like I say, there's no fault code that says anything bad, and there's definitely not a fault code that says cam phaser bad. You know how we tend to do with cam sensors and things like that. We see a cam sensor code, we'll automatically assume the cam sensor is bad, or the cam actuator. There's 2 actuators on each valve cover. Okay, so that we got to get out of the habit of doing that, guys. We got to start diagnosing things. All right. Yes, those are my 2 phasers right there. I will be reusing this camshaft. There's nothing wrong with it. Now, the reason I took it off, you do not have to take it off in order to do cam phasers, guys. And keep that in mind. But I had a ticker. This is a ticking job. Okay, so I had to go inside and do replace all the broker rocker arms. I wish I can find them. Where are they? Some up here, but they was broken in bank 2. So I'm repairing bank 1 right now. I get to bank 2 later. Guys, try to keep stuff covered up so you won't drop anything in there. But yeah, I got brand new rocker arms I'm getting ready to install. The whole valve train gonna be redone, actually. Everything but the lash adjusters. Now, guys, that doesn't mean I found broken rocker arms, but your tick can actually be from a number of things. All right, I gotta replace these anyway, so I might as well take them out. I tend to push down on these lifters to see if they collapse. Okay, I don't typically replace these when I'm doing a ticker unless they're bad. Now, the one rocker arm that's bad, or the one rocker arm that broke, I will install a new lifter under that rocker arm, because it may have inadvertently damaged that lifter. So yes, if I have a broken lifter, let's say this one was broke, yes, I will go ahead and replace. No, if I have a broken rocker arm, yeah guys, my terminology is a lot. But if I have a broken rocker arm, I will go ahead and replace the lifter that was associated with this rocker arm. Okay, that's just something bothers me if I don't do it. But typically you do not have to replace the lifters, lash adjusters, whichever you want to call them. None of these have collapsed. They are holding firm, holding steady. I guess they pumped up with the oil pressure. So I will, however, check them though. Physically check them. I mean, you can visually check everything, but visual only goes so far. You need to lay your hands on this stuff. Now, guys, for viewing purposes and for those that want to know how one look or feel if it was spongy, I went ahead and stuck one in one of the lifters so I can just show you guys on my theory or my way of checking it. Okay, now I put a spongy lifter. I put one that I will replace if I found it, but I'm gonna show y'all what I tend to do. After I remove the cam, of course, you're gonna have your rocker arms sitting in place on top of your lifters or lash adjusters, whichever you want to call it. Now I would merely go to the lash adjuster or rocker arm. I would push down on them. Okay, see that one here? Y'all see that? How that's going up and down too much? The camera moving. Okay, I will replace one like that. I'm pushing down on this. That's not moving. I'm pushing down on this. That's not moving. Pushing down on this. That's not moving. I'm pushing down on this. That's not moving. So after my inspection, you know, I will go back to the bad one or the one that has collapsed. Y'all see that? It's moving too much. So I will replace that one. I just want you guys to see how one would feel if JT was working on the car and he saw that, he would replace it. Now it just could simply have lost his oil pressure or whatever, but yes, I don't like this. I typically go in with a new one if I had this problem. In the beginning, guys, when we first had these ticking problems, everybody was replacing these. I mean, we never suspect rocker arm was give us that type problem. So as time went on, it was being revealed that the rocker arm was the problem. I mean, we was getting misfire and everything. We was getting beat up here at the dealership. Chrysler had to get involved on a couple of cars, had to buy them back and things like that. No one knew. So once it was finally discovered that the needle bearings inside this roller bearing was coming apart, yep, that's when we found the problem and started making the necessary adjustment. Now, guys, I don't have time on this video, but I'm also going to replace this oil pump. Okay, this is dual stage oil pump, guys. I have a P0340DD, double D, one of those codes, I can't remember, but this is going in another minivan outside. But